Rocky is a really sweet guy. He's one of my first clients that I had when I came to this office. So I've known him for 11 years now. He's very involved with his church group and he loves to sing. He really is a special guy, and it breaks my heart to know that he's on death row for something I believe he did not do.
I'm up enough, as well as I could be, I'm inside, in my mind. I tell the Lord, I'm terrified. I don't show it because it doesn't do any good, I'm terrified.
Rocky Myers is accused of murdering a woman who lived across the street from him. The person who committed the murder banged on the door late night and distressed, and before a door is opened, he tells the people, "I've been in a car accident, I'm bleeding, I need to call my family." If my next door neighbor comes to my house and says, "I need to use the phone because I need to call my family," my first thought is going to be, there's something weird about this. Why don't you just go across the street to your own house?
Ms. Tucker went in the ambulance with the paramedics to the hospital. She described the man herself as a short, stocky black man with blood on his white t-shirt.
Never did she point across the street or say it was my neighbor, say it's the guy who's come over here. None of those things. She gave a physical description.
They needed a conviction. It was people providing information to potentially, have a better deal for convictions and charges against them. I didn't speak to anybody, really, that believed that Rocky committed the crime.
The most thing that really hurt me doing that, when they found me guilty and everything, that the judge told me that I was a threat to society. That hurt me more than anything, because I know that I'm not a threat to no one. Yeah, that's horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
When he was brought in, he was questioned about a time period that was, 30 days beforehand. And because most people with intellectual disability try to please people and mask what they don't understand, Rocky tends to try to tell you what you think you want to hear, when in fact he likely couldn't tell you what he did a week before.
My education thing is very, very limited. And when I was going to trial, I was in there, I just really couldn't comprehend what was going on, in my own case, and this was about my life, and I didn't even realize.
My name is May Puckett, and I was a juror on the capital murder case for Rocky Myers. I felt like at any time I could hear that pivoting moment that would help me make a decision one way or another, and it didn't come. The DA never presented us with a strong case saying that Rocky Myers killed Luda Mae Tucker. It never came.
There was no physical evidence of him being there. There was a palm print on the door, never linked to Rocky, never linked to family members or anything like that. So, if there's a possibility of it being the perpetrator, it certainly was not Rocky.
I just knew as Miss Tucker, a nice white lady like that, and gave me stuff if I needed for, some bread or anything that I needed to go on my table. She would help me out, stuff like that there, and just someone that I would just rather help than hurt.
Going into the deliberation room kind of had a cloud hanging over it already, because you knew you couldn't, it didn't matter what you said, you couldn't get anywhere with certain people. They weren't going to listen to anything. We felt like if we had a hung jury, that he would in time go to trial again and could possibly be sentenced to death. For the judge to just not accept that. Why were we chosen? Why did it go to trial? I don't know of anything I could have done differently.
To each his own, you know. There's a lot of people who support death, and there's a lot of people that's not going to support it. But to know that there are people, death row, that is or could be innocent, you know, how can you support that?
Rocky's case is out of court, so he has no ability to appeal his conviction, no matter what. The only option for him at this point could be about his sentence. And so we will ask the governor for clemency, meaning would she commute his sentence to life without parole.